Hi, I'm Rob, and in this Gems of War video, I'm going to show you the team I'm going to use against Storm Zul'Goth in this raid boss event. This is a 3-day event, so plenty of time to get a lot done. So definitely worthwhile going to the shop and spending 30 gems on tier 1. This is going to get you a potion of enchantment amongst other things. Get more troops, more gold, more souls, more raid boss sigils. All good stuff indeed. That potion of enchantment means all your troops will start enchanted at the start of each and every battle for the entirety of this event. Excellent indeed. Now at tier 2 there is the Envoy of Pride. Now if you don't have this fella, you need to grab this tier 2 if you can. This is going to enable you to go much further in the event, or just much quicker with greater ease. And the reason is you pick up the Envoy of Pride, who is a Godslayer. Now the Godslayer, what they do is a basic amount of damage to an enemy, but if they're a boss, deal 3 to 5 times damage based on your ascensions. So basically that means you're going to be casting this on Zul'Goth because he's a boss, and you're going to get a minimum 3 times damage with that. And 5 times damage if you can get it upgraded to Mythic level. Now if you're a newer player and you don't have too many trait stones to spend and you can't get that 3rd trait Godslayer, don't worry too much about it. It is skull damage on the bosses, and basically Envoy of Pride will be at the bottom of our team, so we're not going to be bothering about that anyway. It is about the main damage to the boss which we're concerned about. Tier 3 is a very good weapon indeed, the Bane of Gods. I'm going to get this, so I definitely like the sound of it. Love these explodey weapons. Explodes magic +1 purple gems, which is going to charge up your team. Grant a random status effect to all Sin of Mirage allies, then summon a Sin of Mirage troop. So very, very good indeed. And yeah, I love these kind of weapons. Absolutely superb. And a cheap way to get it as well. And you get more stuff. Look at that. Loads of good stuff. Right, onto the team itself. What I've got here is Wicked Scythe, Despond, and Envoy of Pride. Now there's a couple of ways you can go about this if you prefer a different weapon. Just go into the edit teams. Wicked Scythe I've picked because it deals damage to all enemies and gets charged up ever so quick in the early stages. You can change this to something like a Black Manacles later on or something like that. The way to search for that, put in damage to all and you'll get a big list of all the stuff that does damage to all. I'm only going this at first because it's just a really low level weapon. It's going to get charged up really, really quickly and we can wipe out the enemy nice and fast. But stuff like Black Manacles does give you a 20% chance to devour a random enemy as well. A little bit more mana cost, but it does use 2 colours. So if there's no purple there, you can pick up a brown instead, which is going to help. But the reason why this weapon is really handy for this is only uses 10 mana. Now if you're in Archmage's class, you gain 2 bonus purple when matching purple gems. As well as that, further down the talent trees, we get Arcane Surge. Gain a bonus purple from purple gem matches. So you're still on a +2 purple banner, and just a single purple match, regardless of whether it's a mana surge or not, and you can be ready to cast absolutely straight away. We've got a potion of enchantment as well, and you can just do damage to all, and on the early stages just wipe out all the enemy really, really quick. Stick on any Medals of Notia you've got, or if you've not got them, Medals of Seasons to boost up your stats if you can. Every little bit helps. Got the Envoy of Pride there. We may as well stick him in the team now, because by the time Zul'Goth comes around we can use him to finish off. And speaking of Zul'Goth, his power will actually go against his team, because we have 2 Desponds here. And what Despond does is deals damage to an enemy equal to their attack, then deal the same damage to all enemies above them. And it has a summon as well. So what you're going to be doing is casting this on Zul'Goth. He's going to be the one that has the most attack. So he takes a big wallop of damage himself and does his attack to all the troops above. That is going to be another quick way to go about it and add extra damage to the opposition team. So really, really easy to run this team. Banner for this, +2 purple, +1 blue, -1 green. Tentacle banner from Ilithia. Alright, and that is going to be it. So let's do these early stages. Looking for purple pretty much all the time here. If you get that, you're going to be ready to go absolutely straight away. And there it is. Let him have that red match. I don't care. Bye-bye. So what I'll do, I'll just do these early stages quickly first, and then I'll jump forward a bit to when Zul appears, or when he's a little bit more powerful at least. So as you can see, early doors, all we have to do is collect some purple and we are absolutely good to go. And the other troops are charged as well, so if you're a newer player and you're not doing as much damage as me and you're not wiping out the team straight away, you can cast your Despond instead. Cast on the lower troop down. You can see Despond will work as well, but it won't work as well here because obviously they're only doing 7 attacks. So if I do that, they're going to survive. Despond comes into its own later on when Zul'Goth gets much more powerful. For the early stages, you're just going to be using your weapon and wiping out the enemy in a single go. Despond is all about Zul'Goth and extra damage. And as that Zul'Goth gets more powerful, the better your Despond is going to get, basically. It's all about a Wicked Scythe for the early stages. Forget all the others exist. They're just sitting there watching, thinking, when are we going to get involved in this? Your time will come. So stage 4. So we're getting charged up with this low level weapon really quickly. I'll just be finished off. First appearance of Zuli Boy, the Mouldy Courgette, as I call him. Now, as you can see, he's got much more stats than everybody else. He has 24 attack, more life and more armor. So his attack of 24 is going to deal that damage to all enemies above. But you don't do that straight away. When your Despond is up, you cast your Wicked Scythe first. Then you cast your Despond, and Zul'Goth is effectively going to kill himself. Because it's his own damage it's based on. Now the Zul'Goth will just keep on getting more powerful and more powerful with every single round. And eventually you're going to want to start casting your Envoy of Pride, your Godslayer, to take that sucker out in a single go, because you don't want to take any chances with him getting to cast, because when he does, you're going to be deaded. There's a Godslayer. What you want to do later on is actually concentrate on charging your Envoy of Pride first, because all our troops use purple. As soon as we cast Wicked Scythe, any collection of purple means you're going to start mana blocking everybody else again. So a way to go about this would be to say collect yellow right now. Because of the Potion of Enchantment, our Envoy of Pride is ready. You can target Zul'Goth and say, get out of it, mate. But you've got to be slightly smart on this, because remember that Zul'Goth's own power when you cast Despond is going to go against the rest of his team. So if you're wise and you plan your attacks properly, what you can do is get your Envoy of Pride up ready. Cast Wicked Scythe first. The enemy aren't going to survive anyway, but you can cast your Despond now. That worked against the enemy, and then you can finish off with anybody you like. Alright, I've come back several stages later. We're on a level 100 Zul'Goth now. So a lot more powerful, but this actually works against him, because the more powerful he is, the better our Despond gets. So we'll still collect purple at the beginning. Still want to collect more if you can, because it's good to get the whole team charged up. Doesn't matter that Dust Devil's about to rearrange our team slightly. It doesn't matter in the slightest. We're still going to cast Wicked Scythe first, soften everybody up. We'll cast first Despond on the Zul'Goth. He's going to do 65 damage to all the troops above him. Kaboosh. Can do it again if you've got any lingerers. Just going to soften them up again and have the Zul'Goth easily within the range of your Envoy of Pride. This is really handy. It softens Zorgoth up like this, because if you're a newer player and you couldn't afford to get your Envoy of Pride up to Mythic level, then you're still going to do 3 times damage, but it's still going to be a significant amount, and it's going to help just finish him off really, really easily. So same again. Grab the purple while it's there. Obviously, if you're a newer player, you would want to take things like this Skull Bash here, because you don't want to take unnecessary damage if you can avoid it. But again, Wicked Scythe first. Doesn't matter if we get jumbled up by Dust Devil when it casts. Cast out Despond on Zul. If the others are still there and your second Despond isn't ready yet because you got unlucky with colours or whatever, you can cast your Envoy of Pride, take out Zulgoth nice and early, then finish off getting the blue or purple, whichever you need. Anything will do, because we're ready next round anyway with our Despond. That's why the Potion of Enchantment is so useful. They're both going to... Well, the whole team's going to get there in a small amount of rounds altogether. Won't take long at all. Get the Valraven. Get that. Get extra sigils. That was a nice little... Wow, nice little flurry. Everyone's ready. So, yeah, just Wicked Scythe. Cast your Desponds back to back. Zul's extra power is going to just completely work against him. That softens him up. So even if you couldn't afford to get your Envoy of Pride all the way up to Mythic, still going to do a lot of damage on 3 times damage and finish him off. Hopefully. So yeah, probably make this the last one, because this is how the team's going to work, and it's going to be a 3-day event. What do we need? Blue. Can't get purple, so we'll get blue. We'll get the purple now. Get this blue first. Why not? That's going to get our Envoy of Pride up at the same time. Always good to have them ready to go. Wicked Scythe, damage to all. Despond on Zul. Despond on Zul again. Godslayer to finish off the Mouldy Courgette. That's the way the team's going to work. It's pretty decent, pretty efficient. It should be easier for newer players as well. So there you go. If you enjoyed the video, click that like and subscribe button if you've not done so already, if you'd be so kind. And if you're not so kind, I don't mind. Hey, I'm a poet and I don't even know it. And I've got to stop this now. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll catch you again next time. Bye for now.